Now at 5 a.m., this is WKYT This Morning on your Tuesday. We have learned some new details now about a shooting at a Lexington gas station. It sent one man to the hospital, and police have made an arrest in connection to the case, but there's a twist.
Plus, it's an ongoing battle in Madison County. City leaders in Richmond will meet this morning to talk about police officers' pay. We're looking ahead to the meeting.
And a Pulaski County man gave it his all to create a park. And he was heartbroken after vandals destroyed parts of the park, but his family has worked on a little surprise for him. That and your weather forecast coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky mornings start here. Good morning, and thank you so much for starting your day with WKYT. I'm Andrea Walker.
I'm Bill Bryant. It's so good to have you with us on WKYT as we get this new week off and rolling for those of you who had yesterday off. It is Tuesday, feels like a Monday, September 6th.
You seem rested and rejuvenated. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's head to Micah Harris for an update on your forecast.
Yeah, and we're both sitting here like, oh, gosh.
We were here yesterday.
Yeah, we were here yesterday working, but glad to have you back there, Billy. All right, we're looking outside and not seeing much go on. Things look pretty good as you're walking out the door early this morning. 66 degrees in Frankfort right now, 68 in Lexington. We finished off yesterday, upper 50s, lower 60s. Now you're seeing the mid-60s, upper 60s this morning. So it is getting warmer each and every day. Pretty muggy conditions later on this afternoon as moisture is streaming on in for today and tomorrow. And so you'll start to feel that heat. Yesterday we actually reached 91 degrees here in Lexington. Now, the moisture wasn't there, so humidity was down. It actually felt okay. Wasn't all that bad, but you'll start to feel it the next few days, and that typically means some rain's on the way. When you start getting those sticky conditions, here come some storms. I'll show you when those arrive in your 7-day coming up.
Leading our news this morning, a man has serious injuries right now after a shooting at a Lexington gas station. It happened at the Marathon gas station on Trent Boulevard yesterday afternoon. Lexington police say a 35-year-old man was shot 4 times in the abdomen and once in the head. And this was at one of the gas pumps there. Police say he was taken to UK hospital with life-threatening injuries. We do not know at this point how he's doing this morning, but they have arrested one person in the case, but police say they're still looking for the shooter. At this point, police are not sure what led up to that shooting. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office is investigating what they call an unusual drive-by shooting investigation. The main suspect in the case is Julia Miller. Right now, deputies have charged her with wanton endangerment. Investigators say Miller was driving when she fired shots at a home on Whetstone Road, hitting a window pane, thankfully not hurting anyone. Deputies say they found this .22 caliber pistol and 5 shell casings inside her car. One of the things that makes this an unusual case is her age. She is 71 years old. They don't know why Miller shot at the house.
Don't have a reason. Without question, there was some anger, or it was random, whichever doesn't make any sense.
Sheriff Harrell says the folks who live in the home do know Miller. They say that they're not exactly sure how. Investigators say they do not think alcohol was involved. The sheriff says the case is going to be presented to the Whitley County grand jury. A second person has been arrested for a robbery in Whitley County. The sheriff's office there says deputies arrested Glennis Nance over the weekend. Investigators say he and Isaiah Canada robbed someone at knife point at the High Top boat ramp last month. The victim says the 2 men claimed they were park rangers. Deputies arrested Canada last week. They say they also found meth at Nance's home. This morning, the Richmond City Commission is going to be meeting, and once again, they will be talking about police pay.
It is an ongoing battle there. WKYT's Sean Moody is at the alert desk with details. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Andrea and Bill. This is something that's been an issue in Richmond for months now. Several police officers have left the department this year, many of them for other police departments. People who want to increase the pay for police say it's all about keeping those officers in town. This is the only topic listed on the agenda for today's special meeting. The last time it came up was at a workshop back in August. One of the commissioners questioned whether the city could find a way to address the issue with more urgency and suggested portions of the pay increase proposal could go ahead. The issue really got a lot of traction after Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis was shot and killed back in 2015. A group calling themselves the Ellis Coalition has been pushing for that pay increase for most of this year. On their Facebook page, they've asked for people to show up at today's meeting. The interim police chief told us before one of the city commission meetings this summer that the department has a lot of young officers because so many senior officers are leaving. As of July, he said 15 officers had left the department so far in 2016. He said increasing pay would create an incentive for those experienced officers to stick around. Now, Richmond Mayor Jim Barnes has said that he wants to make sure an increase in pay would make financial sense for the city. In that meeting last month, he said he didn't think the proposed pay scale was affordable for the city. Bill, Andrea, back to you.
Sean, thank you. We'll follow up today, of course, and we could find out today if 2 Laurel County parents will be facing murder charges after police say their 7-week-old baby died after being abused. Gary and Jessica Nicely are both due in court today for preliminary hearings. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office has charged both parents with assault and wanton endangerment. Deputies say both parents claim the other is responsible for what happened to the baby. The baby's twin was injured as well and is still at Kentucky Children's Hospital.
6 people are facing charges this morning after a drug bust in Mount Sterling. A manager at the Mount Sterling Days Inn says he noticed a lot of people going in and out of a room, so he called police. Investigators say they found meth inside that room. The 6 suspects have been charged with making and trafficking meth. This comes less than 2 weeks after police made arrests for a string of overdoses in Montgomery County. Some concerned citizens and county officials are now forming a group to fight the drug problem in the county.
This goes to show that our police department is committed to battling the dealers as much as possible. You know, it's something that you're never going to be able to really conquer, you know, but you can put a dent in it, and that's what we're trying to do here.
The group called Montgomery County Adapt will have a forum on heroin on September 15th at Montgomery County High School. Police say 2 people are behind bars in Pike County for drug trafficking as well. Pikeville police arrested Kentata Corbett and Ashley Adkins over the weekend at the Brookshire Inn. Police say they found cocaine, heroin, and prescription pills in their hotel room. Police say Corbett is from Baltimore and Adkins is from Pennsylvania. Both are charged with drug trafficking.
Police in Bath County are asking people for tips on drug activity in the community. In a Facebook post, the Owingsville Police Department is encouraging anyone to report any and all drug activity they may see. Police say any tips or information will be kept confidential. Tips can be sent through Facebook Messenger or by calling the Owingsville Police Department.
A Pulaski County man put his heart and soul into creating a park, and he was devastated when vandals damaged it earlier this summer. Glenn Wheeler helped create Wheeler Park and its softball field decades ago. The vandals damaged the lights and concession stands and stole some equipment.
First time in 35 years I hadn't been here. It broke my heart.
But there is a silver lining to this story. After the vandalism, Wheeler's family got together and surprised him by getting the fields back in shape. Wheeler said he was grateful for what they had done. The family hopes the fields will be ready to go for the leagues to start playing again next summer.
All right. Hopefully they've turned that around.
I know, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
Time this morning is 5:08, and WKYT This Morning is just getting started here on your Tuesday as we're off and rolling.
Still to come, Starbucks knows customers have been looking forward to the return of pumpkin spice lattes, but now they're offering a drink to start your morning off with a kick. That's ahead on WKYT This Morning.
And it's a battle of the bellies in Buffalo, New York. Chicken wings are on the menu. We'll see who walked away the winner of a big eating contest. That's coming up after Micah's forecast.
And we're looking at the 60s early this morning. We're going to be feeling that heat again today, tomorrow, and off towards your Thursday. But late Thursday, things are going to be changing. We're starting to see some storms. I'll have that in your forecast coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Things are looking pretty good this morning as you walk out the door. Nothing going on. All you see there, the green, that's ground clutter. That's nothing falling out of the sky. So we're looking pretty good. Now, the deal here is we're still looking at that huge dome of higher pressure, and that's still pumping in that warm air, and now it's grabbing in a little bit more moisture in from the south coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, and it'll slide on in here the next couple of days. You will feel it. I promise you that. Yesterday we hit 91 here in Lexington, somewhere in the upper 80s down south. But it wasn't so much extremely muggy. It was just warm. And so the humidity was down yesterday. It creeps back up just a little bit today, but then you'll start to feel it there tomorrow off into your Thursday because that front gets a little bit closer and they'll just drive a lot of that warm air on. And Florence looks pretty good, up 75. Not seeing any issues, back towards 60 and 64. We're back toward Moorhead and Rowan County. Lexington just fine this morning across 75. So Lexington coming in at 68. The rest of us sitting there in the mid to upper 60s as well. It's getting a little bit warmer during the mornings too. And you know what that means, pretty warm afternoon. 90 degrees in store for today. Like I said, we reached upper 80s, lower 90s yesterday. We're going to do it again today and tomorrow. And then Thursday, things start to change just a little bit. I don't see much of an issue there for today. Kids going off to school, remember this, teachers, if you're listening, pay attention. Knock it out today and tomorrow because Thursday off into your Friday, you might not get a chance to actually get outside and try to enjoy that weather. So really during the first and mid half of the week, you want to knock those, getting the kids out to school, you want to knock that out, getting them outside and towards your school day. Now going off toward the weekend, yeah, that's going to be a different story. So the headlines, breakdown of that. Is this short week, people getting back into the swing of things? By the way, I hope everybody had a great Labor Day and you ate a lot and hung out with some friends and family. A few more 90-degree days today, tomorrow. Thursday, we'll have roughly 90 degrees. I believe most of us will actually stay in the upper 80s. Nonetheless, 88, 90 degrees, you won't feel a difference. Storms will start to move in later this week. It's going to be really Thursday evening into the nighttime hours. You get some storms moving on in, and that's the timing of it right now. We'll see if that increases in time. But as of right now, it's Thursday evening and night. You get some storms moving on in. Few storms left over on Friday. Some football could be affected, but for the most part, I believe most of us actually stay dry there on Friday. And then Saturday is your best chance of rain. Check it out on my 7-day forecast. And that's what you see there on your 7-day. So today and tomorrow, dry conditions, just going to be warm. Then we hit Thursday. Like I said, it's late in the day. Much of your day on Thursday stays dry. But we have late storms in the forecast this evening, nighttime hours. That's the timing on it now. And then Friday, a couple of rumbles left over. But Saturday, no doubt about it. All weather models are pointing towards Saturday being the rainy day in the forecast at 60%. Not a complete washout, but if you're looking when are we going to get storms, Saturday will be your best bet in the forecast.
All right.
No doubt about it.
We're into festival season now, you know, so a
we
lot of
are.
folks trying to make those
Avoid
plans.
that.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Micah. 5:15 on WKYT.
Well, the National Buffalo Wing Eating Championship, he's defended his title, the champion of last year. Bill, how many buffalo wings do you think you could eat in 12 minutes? How many did you eat yesterday?
None. So I don't
Zero.
know. Turns out competitive eater Joey Chestnut inhaled 188 buffalo wings in 12 minutes. And that earned him his third consecutive win at the National Buffalo Chicken Wing Festival up in Buffalo, New York. Chestnut is happy to have defended his title.
I felt good. I knew I have an awesome technique, and I'm just happy to be back here and able to have fun and just get the win.
Now, it was a close race where competitors focused on speed and heartburn. Chestnut won by just 11 wings. The Buffalo News reports Chestnut ate nearly 6 pounds of wings in total.
Can you imagine eating 182
Can you
and
imagine
not
that?
winning?
Right.
What was it for? It wasn't worth
Well,
it.
and then imagine today how he's going to feel, right?
Right.
Trying to get those 6 pounds off. All right, good to have you along on WKYT on this Tuesday morning. Off and rolling in a new work week with more news on the way.
When we return, we have a look at your money.
A possible lifeline for one retailer and a new way to spice up your mornings. I'm Karina Mitchell with those stories coming up in your CBS Money Watch report.
Kentucky mornings start here. You're watching WKYT This Morning.
And we're glad you're with us here on this Tuesday, September morning on WKYT. It's a great day, huh? There's a new study out showing that people still like to read the old-fashioned way.
And Starbucks is offering a new drink that'll add a little kick to your morning routine. Karina Mitchell has the latest on your money.
Investors will wait to see if Wall Street can extend gains made last week. On Friday, the Dow added 72 points, while the Nasdaq picked up 22. A group of companies and liquidators have bid $243 million at a bankruptcy auction for U.S. teen clothing retailer Aeropostale. If approved, the deal could potentially keep 229 of its 800 stores open. The retailer had filed for Chapter 11 in May, citing strong online competition. And a new survey finds people still like to read the old-fashioned way. A Pew Research poll says 65% of Americans read a print book in the last year. That's more than double the number that read an e-book, and 4 times more than people who turned to an audiobook. The survey also found people reading e-books are more likely to use a tablet or smartphone over dedicated e-readers. And starting today, Starbucks is giving customers something new to drink to. In addition to its popular pumpkin spice latte, the company is launching its chili mocha. The spicy new addition to its fall lineup will feature mild ancho chilies with a hint of cayenne pepper. And that's your Money Watch. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Karina Mitchell.
All right, there you go. Some money news this morning.
That's right.
And our time on WKYT's 521 on your Tuesday. All of our top stories are coming up in just a few minutes at the bottom of the hour.
We're so glad you're with us. Sports is on the way next.
It was pretty darn good, and then it got pretty darn bad over the weekend. The UK defense against Southern Miss. They could do no wrong for the majority of the first half. Second half, different story. There was a bright spot, though, and I'll introduce you to him coming up next.
A pretty good start to your work day as you're getting back in the swing of things. Frankfort, 66 degrees coming in at Jackson and Breathitt County. West Liberty, everybody off toward the east, not seeing any problems whatsoever, maybe a little valley fog, and that's about it. I'm meteorologist Micah Harris, getting you updated on your weather. 90 degrees, basically the same as yesterday, so it's another warm one in store. Moisture's creeping in still just a little bit. It's not extremely humid later on this afternoon, but for the most part, it's just going to be warm, but still staying dry. Let's check out sports, see what's going on.
Well, we all saw what happened late Saturday night against Southern Miss, one of the most demoralizing, devastating losses UK has experienced in a long time. You can take your pick on the plays which killed the Cats. It was a dropped interception, yes. Fumbling the ball in the red zone, yes. Several blown coverages, yes, yes, yes. But Mark Stoops attributed all that loss to something else.
And in the second half, it came down to third downs. They were getting aggravating yards, 2, 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, too many. That we need to shore up. We cannot get milked in the run game, and then we have to convert third downs. They won the one-on-ones in the second half, put us in some situations where we had to win some one-on-ones on third and medium, and lost just about every one of those.
One of the major highlights overshadowed in the loss was the play of sophomore linebacker Jordan Jones. The Youngstown, Ohio product had 19 tackles. That's the most since C.J. Johnson also had 19 in last year's overtime win against EKU.
Jordan Jones played exceptionally well. What, as you know, as I go back to the first scrimmage, and I was disappointed in assignment, and he kind of did that rat trapping thing, got out there and just wanted to run around instead of taking care of his business and then play. He only had 2 missed assignments, and he played, again, don't quote me exactly, he played in the neighborhood of 80 snaps, and he was all over the field. He made, 19 tackles, a sack, and a QB hit. He showed the explosiveness and the speed that you're looking for.
Well, the Wildcats open SEC play this Saturday in Florida. The Gators have won 29 in a row against UK. Game is Saturday afternoon at 3:30 right here on WKYT. Bristol Motor Speedway has been in a 2.5-week scramble to go from racing venue to football stadium for this weekend's game with Tennessee and Virginia Tech. Close to 160,000 plan to be in attendance. The old attendance mark for a college football game, 115 and change, set by Notre Dame and Michigan 3 years ago. That's a look at sports. 160,000. That's a lot. Have a great day.